Proxy for Wilson.
Okay. Stu Klein
I'm here in the Tippecanoe room.
or a substitute.
Can you hear me?
Somebody for Tippecanoe County.
Stu is here in the TV room. Hold on.
Stu Klein
Yes. Here in the Tippecanoe room.
or a substitute.
What is that?
Can you hear me?
Somebody for Tippecanoe County.
There's a delay.
Stu is here in the TV room. Hold on.
Stu Klein
Yes. Here in the Tippecanoe room.
or a substitute.
Can you hear me? Looping.
Yeah, there's lots of feedback on that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Is it solved now? Let's go on to Lafayette Police. Sergeant Scott Anderson, part of the group. Okay, let's go on to Mitch Langford. Mitch, are you online?
Mitch is here. He is in person. We're still trying to get the sound issue.
Okay. And then for the airport, Adam Keister.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. And somebody from City Bus.
Bryce Gibson, present.
Thank you, Bryce. You know, Marty's birthday was Monday. Did you have a party?
I'm not sure. It was actually out Monday, celebrating on my own in San Diego.
Lots of negotiations were going on too, so.
Yes.
The county sheriff, is it Woody?
I am here,
Thank you.
and I have 2 pieces of pizza left to eat, so I might turn my camera.
I'll stall. The county sheriff. And then West Lafayette Police, Jason,
I am here.
thanks for being here. So the one loose end was, wait a minute, Mitch is gonna be with us eventually, and Stu Klein and with his echo. Does Stu have a connection with us now that we can hear? Not necessarily, okay.
I think Stu is heading back to his office.
Okay. I think those are the people on the roster that I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 present and 2 about to be present, I hope. So I guess we can wait for Stu and Mitch because they've been cited. So I'm looking at the participation or participants list, and it indicates that the county has arrived. Is that Stu? Is Stu Klein now among us?
Sorry. Yeah, Stu Klein, Mitch Langford, and Mike Spencer. We're all here in the fuel room.
Okay, good. I'll mark you in then.
I keep forgetting information.
My camera. Stand us up in the corner. To the top left. Yep.
Stu, Mitch, and
Mike Spencer.
that's right. I'm just trying to find you on the list. There he goes, a proxy. Good. So I'm ready to go. So looking at the agenda, the first item of business, as usual, is the review of the minutes. So look at those and see if there's anything that needs to be corrected.
And then all of this discussion about those minutes.
Oh,
You and your curves. Tim Klein brought it up. He did this, he did that. And I put this, it said, "You need to do that."
I wasn't there.
So as usual, quite thorough, and as usual, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as distributed.
Can I make a point? It's been pointed out to me, I haven't read them yet, that I was not there. We were not represented at last meeting. And, but I'm in there somehow.
And that is that Adam talking? I'm trying to,
Stu Klein, sorry.
okay, yeah, okay. So you were listed as being there, but you weren't.
Not sure.
Okay,
It's on down. I haven't had a chance to read them yet, but just going on record that I was not there.
You missed it.
Yeah, that's okay.
and I have my screen, I have to see if I can juggle this and see if I have the ability to look at the, go to meeting call and look at my documents. Because I'm looking only at what is on the shared screen now.
The voting members absent does include Stu as well as the Tippecanoe County engineer. So it might be listed correctly.
Okay,
Sure, you should be on.
all right.
That's quoted in the abstention. Okay.
All right, so the suggested or requested correction would be that if it's not already listed, the county was as a voting member absent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't print out all 25 pages of the packet, so now I wish I had, so I would be able to flip through it quickly. Okay, with that correction, if that's acceptable to everyone. Is that also, well, let's count that as a motion by Stu to approve. Well, yeah, you can do that. You don't have to be present to do that. Just like to get this routine business done routinely. Is there a second to the motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
Second by Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
It's on the record.
So as according to our established procedure, I will go through the voting roll one by one quickly. I think we have 11 people here and that are voting members. So I will, how about doing it this way? If anybody objects to approving the minutes as corrected, please say so at this time. Hearing no one, let's assume that the minutes as corrected have been approved. Thank you. Looking for, okay, the next item on the agenda are access permits. Scott, anything there for us?
Just a couple of items. There's an ongoing access permit on US 52 at Speedway. The approval should be coming soon. We're really only waiting on hydraulic approval. Other than that, everything is in line and should move forward just fine. And then the second item, There is not an active permit application as of yet. However, there's activity and coordination that has happened already with NDOT concerning a property south of SIA across State Road 38 and on some potential development there. We're coordinating with them, but I do not believe at this time that the city or county has been involved. Tim Watson from the district, our traffic engineer, if he has not already, is in progress to coordinate with the city and county to make sure that the study that's going to go on that would be in conjunction with the permit application would include all of the needs and details that the city and county would want to be included in that study. So it's kind of a heads up that there has been some discussions going on for that property.
Okay, so no action needed, and sometime we will get more information that we can act upon.
That is correct. Yeah, NDOT will be reaching out so that we can coordinate those efforts.
Good, thank you. I hadn't heard about a Subaru area development. I'll look forward, keep my eyes open for that. Okay, thank you, Scott. On item 3, APC progress report. That tends to be a Doug Pode thing. Am I right?
Yes, get my microphone turned on.
Coming through loud and clear.
Great. Of course, I'm going to be covering some of it, but not all of it. Specifically, starting out with the first two things. Bike to work day. So, if you haven't done so, it's time to blow the dust off the bike in the garage and join everyone this coming Friday morning at the on the John Myers Bridge. Of course, if you haven't or don't already know, May is Bike Month, and this coming Friday is Bike to Work Day. And an event will be held on the Myers Bridge beginning at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, there'll be a proclamation read, and then some very interesting, exciting news to follow that. In addition to that, there will also be coffee and healthy snacks, and then also some door prizes and whatnot be given away. So it's an exciting event that's been held for a number of years in the past. One was not held last year, but I've been to those in the past, and if you have the ability to do it, I'd recommend everybody show up. It's an exciting place to meet other cyclists, and some exciting news that will be coming forward.
Okay, thank you.
And then the next one is mine as well, the Big Four Trail. Some of you may remember or recall the Farm Heritage Trail. This is specifically a trail that was thought about years ago, connecting Lafayette to Indianapolis. And the counties and towns in Clinton and Boone County have been working over the past decade or so in actually constructing that trail. It has been renamed now to the Big Four Trail, and with the recent announcement by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, the remaining portions that are either gravel or not developed yet will be constructed. So hopefully at the end of this year or sometime next year, one could ride their bicycle or walk from the town of Colfax all the way to Indianapolis. So the big question is, what do we do next, specifically here in Tippecanoe County? The city of West Lafayette applied for funding from the Indiana Department of Health and was awarded or given funding to develop a Big Four Master Trail Plan. And specifically, it looks at where the trail and what kind of trail we want in the county. This is not going to be just a West Lafayette project, but also the city of Lafayette and Tippecanoe County are joining in. We're at the very early stages of this project. 2 public open houses were held last week, one Wednesday evening and one Thursday afternoon. And there were some really good comments provided during both those open houses. It's exciting to announce that beginning this past Monday, a survey was actually launched and is available. As you can see on the screen, it's a Survey Monkey survey. So if you'd like me to send you the link to it, I'd be more than glad to. It usually, it does work fairly well with all the major web browsers, but if you use an oddball one, you may have a challenge or two. But it's a fairly comprehensive survey about the Big 4 Trail and what we would like to see, and it's open till June 4th. After that, the comments that were received will be reviewed and developed into a draft master trail plan, and then that draft will be presented to the community. So a very interesting and exciting project. Hope to have this wrapped up by later this year. Any questions?
Thank you, Doug. Anything else to add to this? Anyone? Good. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. The work plan amendment, is that next? And who does that?
Yep, that'll be me covered at this time. So this is just kind of an update for you guys. Our UPWP stuff runs through the policy board committee, but I just wanted to kind of give everyone an update about what's going on with this. So when we put together our UPWP, we include city buses planning projects in there. And there was one that we did not get in the adopted version of the document, so we need to do an amendment for it. This is the project where they're doing the feasibility study, looking at their facility, and there are several different components of it. I don't know, Bryce, if you want to give any specific details about the project, maybe?
Sure, yeah. So we're looking at expanding our facilities, either moving to a new location or perhaps doing something on our current site. So just seeing, what we can do, what levels of funding would be available, and how that would work, essentially. I can't really say too much more than that at this time.
Right. Thank you. So that will be something that will be brought to the policy board, and we anticipate adoption next month. So it should be officially amended into our UPWP.
So do you need a vote from this committee?
No, this is just an informational item.
Good, thank you. And that's the extent of the planning documents amendment. Good. Okay, thank you, Tim. Who talks about federal funding obligations?
That would be me.
All right, back.
Yes, again, as in previous months, we have a one-page report to present. Shows all the federal funds that were obligated for this fiscal year, and to which projects and to which phase and what type of federal funds. As you can see, looking at it specifically at the allocation, you see a lot of zeros there. Of course, we do have, I think, 2 cents available in STBG funds, and I think 45 cents available for bonus funds, but those are just basically due to rounding. The document does show that there's like $169,011 not showing up, and that is due to NDOT bookkeeping because we did a trade for what we call Group 4 rural funds in swapping our Group 2 funding. So they do not keep track of this, so it's separate, but those funds have been obligated. So in essence, we're good to go. All of our FY 2021 funds have been obligated. Questions?
This isn't a question per se, but I would like to just commend all of our local government engineers and everyone involved in the process of making sure we got all the funds obligated so we won't be losing those in the future.
Okay, thank you all. Doug, you're up then for letting list already?
Yes.
Good.
It's a little more extensive than the past one. Looking at projects 1 through 4, those were on an April 7th letting, and the specific information can be found on the later part as shown on the screen on page 2 and also on page 3. All 4 projects have been let. Noted when the document was put together, the last project there on 231, the award was pending, but in checking it here earlier this morning, it has been awarded, and awarded to specifically Reith Riley. Reith Riley was also awarded the overlay project on State Road 38, and that is basically on the east side of the town of Dayton, if I remember correctly. And then Cracker's Demo was awarded the project on State Road 38 for debris removal for the South Fork Wildcat Creek Bridge. And then Milestone Construction, they were awarded the State Road 38 project, the ADA sidewalk ramp construction. Going back to page 1, there were 2 projects on the May 5th letting, one on I-65, and then another district-wide project. The I-65 project, just kind of give you a little insight, 2 bids were submitted for that. Reith Riley was the low bidder at $1.67 million, and it was awarded. The engineer's estimate was $1.73 million. And then for the various locations within the district, only 1 bid was submitted, Michiana Contracting, for just, and they were bid was just under $700,000. The engineer's estimate was a little over $843,000. Looking at further down the list on page 1, we do have a new project on August 11th letting, a bridge maintenance project. And then starting with projects 15 and going through projects 25 on the second page, again, these are all related to the next phase of widening I-65. And it's still on a November 17th letting. Finishing up the list, we have several new projects, I-65, and then a couple district-wide projects. We have some changes, a couple projects on State Road 26, and then the Sagamore Parkway Trail. It's now officially on the January 12th, 2022 bid letting. Questions, comments?
Okay, as usual, Doug, thank you.
Thank you.
That was item 3. Item 4 is quarterly reports.
Yep, I'm going to be handling those.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and start with Tippecanoe County's projects. So the first one is the Klondike Road project. Things have been moving along pretty well with this one. We were just wondering if there was any updated information about when purchase orders might be closed out.
Sorry,
Stuart, are there?
Commissioner's bothering me. Yeah, the punch list is out. I believe we requested the close. As soon as I get that, I'll tell her to close up the POs. So we're within a month.
Okay, great. Glad to hear that. Thank you for the update. Okay, so then our next project would be Lindbergh Road. This one also progressing. It went to letting. So we didn't have any comments about that. We're glad with how it's been going. Anything else that needs to be added to this?
It's under construction.
Yeah, just under construction.
Right.
Nothing
Okay,
bad.
awesome. All right, we'll go ahead and move on then to the North 9th Street Road Bridge project. So this is the first time this is showing up in the quarterly reports. So we didn't have much to comment about it. Just keep watching for more stuff in the future. You know, it's not letting until 2025. So yeah, anything that we missed that you think is important, Stu?
Nothing much. It'll start showing up in probably the next quarterly. The RFP is out. We've selected VS Engineering. We've scoped, and they're preparing a draft contract now.
Okay, great. All right. So then our next project would be River Road at County Road 500 North. This one did have a bit of an increase in the cost estimate, so we were just wondering what caused that increase.
Moving to 2012.
I'd have to look for the exact numbers you're talking about between now and the last quarterly.
Right. It went up from 4.085 to 4.484 for construction. Construction was what increased.
Okay. I would imagine just the final tracings. I know there was some issues. Yeah, that's probably it, because I think the water line had already been transferred out of the utility constructed. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, we know that happens sometimes. All right, thanks for the update. Okay, so our next project is Morehouse.
Yep.
So we had some pretty good information that Stu gave us in terms of splitting this project. So that's all in the report.
Mm-hmm.
So regarding the environmental report, what we wanted to know is, so we've seen that the report completion date has been updated, but is there an estimated date for a public hearing for the NEPA process for this project?
I thought it was in the notes. The public offering was made. It was advertised. Yeah. Yeah, it's not in the notes here. I'm seeing. But yeah, it advertised, what, probably 3-4 weeks ago. Opportunities out, and nobody's requested so far. So the time should be out. And I did have a letter from the consultant saying if we had no, he projected out to NDOT acceptance.
Okay, great.
All I got.
All right, so then our next project is Jager Road. So we were just wondering if right-of-way and stage 3 design are on track to be completed on time. So just noticing that the percent complete column there was 0% for stage 3 design, 0% for right-of-way, 20% for stage 3. So do you think we're on track for hitting those milestones, Stu?
Yeah, we've had discussions with the consultant about that. There was an alignment shift that slowed things down and had to amend the environmental. But they've already started appraisal services on the unaffected parcels. So they don't feel like they're going to have trouble catching back up.
Got it. Okay, great. So then our next project would be McCutcheon. So not too much to say on this. Looks like this is progressing as it should be. Any additional comments?
Not really, just moving forward.
All right. So starting on the bridge projects. So for Bridge 64, we did also have an increase in the construction estimate, going up from 1.677 to 2.095. So just wondering what caused that increase.
Updated estimate and field check.
Okay.
We'll have the field check coming up. We've already talked to NDOT about it. It doesn't, of course, matter to the tip, but we're shifting the construction match to, or this inspection match to construction, and we'll be self-performing the construction to offset the difference.
Okay.
Self-performing the inspection. Let's say construction. I did. I said that wrong.
Right. Okay, so Bridge 65. So my guess might be this one would be something similar since they're kind of sister projects.
Right, they're tied together.
Right.
We'll just, the inspection will be a single contract, and we'll take local assignment on that.
Okay, very good then. So the next project is Bridge 527. So just a note from us about the PE estimates. They've been going back and forth between 431,000 and 204,000. So I guess that must still be in flux. I'm not quite sure why it's kind of been alternating between those two figures.
Yeah, I'm as confused as you are, whether you keep bouncing back and forth on the updated estimates.
Yeah, maybe an old number was used at one point or something. I don't know, but just something that we're watching. So, this project is still a little ways out. It's letting near the end of 2023. So we think it still has some time, of course, to have estimates stabilized. But just so you guys know, it's something we're watching.
Sure.
Okay, so then the county bridge inspection program. Things are mostly progressing with this. We were just wondering when phase 2A inspections would begin this year, or maybe if they have already begun.
They'll begin in September.
September.
Yep.
Excellent, thank you.
Compliance month, everything. Each phase starts in September.
Okay, thank you. All right, that is all for the county. So moving on to Lafayette. First project, this Tippecanoe Boulevard reconstruction project. So this one's almost closed out. So we should be near the end of seeing this in the quarterly reports. We didn't have any comments. Jeremy, is there anything additional you wanted to add since this report's been filed?
Yeah, there's just a couple punch list items remaining, and once those are finished, we'll be closing it out.
Right. Sounds good. Okay, next project, Park East Boulevard. So this one's earlier on. So construction has commenced. We didn't have any other comments about this. Jeremy, did we need anything further from you?
No.
Okay, great. Concord Road trail lighting. So the punch list was nearly complete. It sounds like it got set back a little bit by a somewhat freak accident of having a pole be knocked down in a hit and run incident. So that caused an additional change order that's preventing it from being closed out. But other than that, the project is done and good to go. Any further updates on this one, Jeremy?
No, that's correct.
Okay. All right. And then last one for Lafayette. So the South 9th Street project. So we just noted that there was no stage 1 or stage 2 design listed. Is any required, or is that not required for this project?
It's not. Our first stop is going to be PFC, preliminary field check.
Okay. All right. Great. So then we'll go ahead and move on to West Lafayette's projects. So Soldiers Home Road. So we got some updates, but it looks like we lost some of the information on the dates for the milestones in the project schedule section. I know that Mitch has kind of told me this is in flux. So just our comment would be, if possible, if we could just get at least something in there next time you file a report, we would appreciate that.
Yeah, we're working on scope and fee with our selected design firm, which is so far we're working with BS Engineering. Once we get that straightened out, by next time we should have a more detailed schedule. Right now, it's kind of a guess, and the letting date will move around based on that design schedule. We'll be working with NDOT on that. So look for more information next time around.
Great. All right, thank you for that update, Mitch. Okay, so last project, Sagamore Parkway Trail. So we are still a little bit concerned about project milestones being met for this project. We know there have been a lot of issues that have happened with it. So we're just wondering, is there anything that we can do to help the project meet its milestones, or any other way we can be of assistance with this project? Or any other comments you had, Mitch?
Stage 1 plans have been submitted to NDOT for under review. We're hoping for comments from them 1st of June with a probable PFC for mid-June. BS has started working on what they can on the stage 3 design, so we do have some progress being made there. So we're probably not going to meet that 6/25/21 date on here due to where we are in stage 1. But we're moving forward. I don't think that that's a critical path item right now based on what our schedule's looking like. So we think we'll hit the dates.
So you'll still be able to hit the letting?
Yeah.
At least within the fiscal year. We know we've talked in the past about moving it back to 2022 to get it into the next calendar year and that issue. And we understand that. We just want to mention again that we don't want this to fall out of the fiscal year. So that's our main concern with this project, but we're glad to hear that things are moving forward, and we'll continue to keep an eye on this project. And hopefully we won't have to worry about what might happen if it slips, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, if we come to it. Hopefully we don't. Okay, that should be all the projects, unless anyone else has any comments that they missed or that I missed. Okay, I think that should wrap up that item then.
And that was a big one. Thank you, Tim. All right, our next item is listed as other business, and beyond that, well, let's do that first. Anything else that we should consider while we're all together here today? Hearing nothing, but we have a few minutes that if something does come in, go on to citizen comments. This meeting is live streamed, and we do build in or build in a 60-second or more delay after any item is presented. So if Aria or somebody's been monitoring that and something has come in, please let us know.
Certainly, I do not see any comments on YouTube or Facebook at this time.
Thank you. So we can look ahead to the next meeting, which is scheduled for June 10th. So do I hear a motion for adjournment? Who would like to lead the meeting and take everybody with them?
This is Bryce, so moved.
Thank you, Bryce.
Second, Stu.
All right, Stu, thank you. I won't ask for a vote except to say if anybody objects to the adjournment, we can hear your objection. If hearing none, the meeting will be adjourned and we'll meet again on June 10th. Thank you for taking the time to log in. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. See you all.
Yep.